The heaviest things you will ever carry in this life are not made of iron or stone. They are not visible to the naked eye. They are the silent burdens of the past, the burning coals of resentment, and the crushing weight of a future that has not yet happened. We are taught from a young age that strength means holding on, that endurance means gripping the rope until our hands bleed. But what if the ancient masters were right, and true power, the kind that moves mountains, is found not in the clenching but in the release? Imagine for a moment that you are holding a glass of water. It is light at first, easy to manage, but if you hold it for an hour, your arm aches. Hold it for a day and your arm becomes paralyzed, forcing you to drop it. The weight of the glass does not change, but the longer you hold it, the heavier it becomes. Your worries, your regrets, and your need for control are exactly like this glass of water. Think about it for a moment and ask yourself this question: what have you been holding for so long that you have forgotten what it feels like to be free? Today we journey into the heart of Zen wisdom to uncover the hidden strength of letting go. We will explore 10 meditative lessons that will teach you how to open your hand, unburden your soul, and find the peace that has been waiting for you all along. There is a famous story of a university professor who visited a Japanese Zen master to inquire about Zen. The master served tea, pouring the cup full, and then kept on pouring. The professor watched the overflow until he could no longer restrain himself. It is overfull. No more will go in. Like this cup, the master said, you are full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup? We often approach life with a mind full of prejudgments, convinced we already know how the world works and how people should behave. This mental clutter acts as a barrier, preventing fresh wisdom, new opportunities, and true connection from entering our lives. Letting go here means intellectual humility. It means releasing the desperate need to be right. When you empty your cup, you do not lose your knowledge. You gain the capacity to understand the infinite. Two monks, Tanzan and Ikido, were traveling down a muddy road during a heavy rainstorm. Coming around a bend, they met a lovely girl in a silk kimono and sash, unable to cross the intersection. "Come on, girl," said Tanzan at once. Lifting her in his arms, he carried her over the mud. Ikido did not speak again until that night when they reached a lodging temple. Unable to restrain himself any longer, Ikido burst out, "We monks are not to go near females, especially not young and lovely ones. It is dangerous." "Why did you do that?" "I left the girl there," said Tanzan. "Are you still carrying her?" This story illustrates perfectly how we carry the heavy baggage of the past long after the event has finished. The event itself, the insult, the failure, the breakup lasted only a moment in time, perhaps a few minutes or a few days, yet in your mind you replay it thousands of times, carrying the muddy burden across the days and years of your life. Letting go is the realization that the past does not exist in the present moment unless you drag it here. Put the girl down, wash the mud from your robes, and walk freely into the night. Narrator, observe your own hand. When you clench your fist tightly, your muscles tense, your blood flow is restricted, and you cannot receive anything new. A clenched fist is a symbol of conflict, of defense, and of a desperate attempt to control reality. We clench our fists around our possessions, our relationships, and our status, terrified that if we relax, we will lose everything. But nature tells us a different story. The tree that refuses to drop its leaves in winter will be destroyed by the weight of the snow. True strength is not found in the tension of holding on, but in the trust required to let go. When you open your hand, you are not losing control. You are aligning yourself with the flow of the universe. An open hand can caress, it can build, it can help others, and most importantly, it can receive. You cannot embrace the new chapter of your life if your hands are still gripping the pages of the old one. Heraclitus famously said, "No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river and he's not the same man." Suffering arises when we try to freeze the river, when we demand that moments, people, or feelings stay exactly as they are. We cling to our youth, we cling to the honeymoon phase of love, and we mourn when things change. But Zen teaches us that life is a continuous flow, a series of births and deaths happening in every nanosecond. To let go is to accept the law of impermanence, the truth that this too shall pass. When you stop fighting the current and learn to float, you conserve your energy and allow the river to take you where you need to go. The river does not struggle to get past the rocks. It simply flows around them, yielding yet overcoming. Be like water, soft, flexible, yet powerful enough to carve canyons through the stone of adversity. In Zen archery, there is a teaching: if an archer shoots for fun, he has all his skill. If he shoots for a brass buckle, he is already nervous. If he shoots for a prize of gold, he goes blind. He sees two targets, yet he is out of his mind. His skill has not changed, but the prize divides him. He cares, he thinks more of winning than of shooting, and the need to win drains him of his power. This is the trap of attachment to the outcome. We are so obsessed with the result, the promotion, the applause, the affection that we sabotage the process. We are so afraid of missing the target that our hands shake and our breath becomes shallow. Letting go in this sense means detaching from the result and immersing yourself completely in the action itself. When you release the need for validation, you regain your focus and your arrow flies straight and true. Imagine your mind is a garden. If you do not tend to it, weeds will grow, weeds of negativity, anxiety, and fear. Many of us water these weeds by giving them our constant attention, replaying scenarios of what if until the garden is overgrown. Letting go is the act of weeding. It is looking at a negative thought, acknowledging its presence, and then pulling it out by the roots. You do not hate the weed, but you do not allow it to steal the nutrients from the flowers you wish to grow. It is a practice of selective attention. You cannot stop the birds of worry from flying over your head, but you can stop them from building a nest in your hair. By letting go of the thoughts that do not serve you, you create space for gratitude and peace to bloom. Who are you when you lose your job, your relationship, or your health? We often build our identities on things that can be taken away, constructing a fragile ego that requires constant defense. This attachment to who I am creates immense suffering because when the external world changes, we feel we are being destroyed. Zen asks us to smash the mirror of the ego and realize that we are not the reflection. Letting go of your labels, I am successful, I am a victim, I am lonely, is terrifying, but it is the gateway to freedom. Beneath the clothes, the titles, and the history, there is a consciousness that is untouched by the storms of the world. When you let go of who you think you should be, you are free to become who you actually are. You become transparent, allowing life to pass through you without resistance. Forgiveness is perhaps the most difficult form of letting go because our ego screams for justice. We hold on to anger like a shield, believing that if we stay angry, we punish the person who hurt us. But as the Buddha said, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. The person who hurt you is likely sleeping soundly while you lie awake, corroded by the acid of your own resentment. Forgiveness is not about condoning their actions. It is about declaring that you value your own peace more than you value your pain. It is the act of cutting the energetic cord that ties you to the person who harmed you. When you forgive, you do not change the past, but you completely reshape the future. You reclaim the energy you were spending on hate and use it to build a life of joy. In our modern world, we are addicted to noise, both external and internal. We are terrified of silence because in silence we must face ourselves. We hold on to distractions, phones, music, chatter to avoid the void, but wisdom is not found in the noise. It is found in the gaps between the thoughts. Letting go of the need for constant stimulation allows you to sink into the deep restorative ocean of presence. Try to sit for 5 minutes doing absolutely nothing. Notice how your mind rushes to fill the silence. Gently let go of each thought as it arises, like watching clouds drift across a vast blue sky. In that space of letting go, you find the observer, the silent witness that is always at peace. It is here, in the stillness, that you find the strength to face any storm. We are often afraid that if we let go, we will fall. We fear that without our grip, our lives will crumble into chaos. But the opposite is true. It is only when you let go of the shore that you can discover new oceans. Letting go is an act of supreme faith, faith in yourself and faith in the intelligence of the universe. It is the deep knowing that you do not need to force life to happen. You only need to allow it. So take a deep breath now, hold it for a moment, feeling the tension, and then let it go. Feel your shoulders drop, feel your hands uncurl, and feel the heavy stone of the past fall from your back. You are not what you possess, you are not what you control, and you are not what has happened to you. You are the open sky, the flowing river, and the empty cup waiting to be filled. Walk forward with open hands. The world is waiting to give you everything, but only if you are ready to receive.